debugging was like a constant that I hadn't paid a lot of attention to initially. But like an Unreal Engine, for instance, you'll make a chain of I don't know how familiar you are with Unreal, but they have what's called blueprints where they kind of just go along a screen and they're almost like lines that are just connecting, so if this, then this, then this, and so forth. And there are areas where you can create like a debugging print command. So I could, I don't know, if I have a character that like bends over and is grabbing a cup of water off the ground and then something is supposed to happen, but the cup doesn't disappear or whatever, I could drop in like a debugging like print screen type thing. And if it comes up on the print screen, I know that like that command is firing. It's going where it's supposed to. The issue is something else. So is it like an animation? Is it a variable not registering? What is happening here? And that's where you kind of have to think. And in the beginning it was tough. I had like no idea. Like the smallest things would like just break me emotionally, and I'd spend like 10 hours just like, what's wrong? I don't understand. Like, is this for me? I had a lot of moments where I was like, this is too much. But I've learned to breathe. I've learned to pace myself. I've gotten so much better at like jumping into it to the point where I have confidence in actually streaming these things live. Because before I was almost embarrassed where I was like, I don't want people to see, they're going to ask me questions and I'm not going to know the answer. And it's not that I was embarrassed, but I didn't want them to see my frustration live and, how lost I get. But I'm at a point where like, I don't fear that anymore. I get on, I jump in confidently. There's going to be days where you'll see me code live where you're like, wow, this guy is a monster. He knows what he's doing. And there's going to be other days where, they're trying to console me. They're like, hey, Tino, take a breath. You're good, bro. Do we have sound alerts? Anything to cheer him up right now? It's funny, but I have a lot of support from my community. Honestly, man, like that's probably one of the biggest things. It's like, to share something that I was initially passionate about and then like, they won't let me fail. Like there's days where they know I'm tired. They know I'm moving along and I'm just like, I think I'm just going to stop. And like, no, you won't. I'm like, well, I mean, maybe I'll take a break. They're like, no, you won't. You got to get this done.